like it is a way to safeguard your economic future. And honestly speaking, you know, I have a mentor, as all smart men should have, and he put out a tweet and he says like, look, if you don't come out of this fucking scamdemic with like a new set of skills, the problem is not the world. The problem is you and your lazy fuck. And like people just like ripped into him like, how dare you? I'm fucking 300 pounds.
No, I agree, dude. This has been the best last 2 years of my life, man. Straight up. I hear everyone complaining all the time about it. Like, this has been the best last years of my life. Me and Sam, we call it the dev pill, the little guy that's above your head. But basically, if you like, you're right, man. Like, if you can code, that's a hard skill. Yeah, that's a hard skill that no one can take away from you, and you can do whatever you want. Essentially, like if you want to build something yourself, you can. If you want to team up with people to build something, you can. If you want to fix something, you can. If you want to get a job when there's literally no jobs available, you can, because everything runs off a computer. Everything requires a computer. Our whole fabric of society right now is centered around technology, and that's continuing to expand, right? And so they need these people to get that stuff done. So they have a huge necessity for people to code and to fix code and to implement code, and they're desperate to get people all the time. Like, you know, I have people acquiesce me or people harass me regularly for this job or that job. I basically just like ignore most of them. A lot of guys that are probably in this chat right now are the same exact thing, people that I know. And so you can basically just tell them like, you want me to like, you want someone to do this code for you? Okay, well then like pay me this much money. I need to work from home. I need this and this. Oh, you don't want that? Okay, that's fine. If you think you can do it yourself, go ahead. Like, that's fine, because I got like 4,000 other like positions to apply to. Yeah. And obviously, like, you don't start off like that. I'm not like, I don't want to give that like that I don't want people to be misguided. Like, so you don't just go from like, oh, I just learned to code to that happening, right? You have to be able to prove through history, through a track record, that you are who you say you are. But once you are, like, the world is your oyster.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that, you know, it's just, let me ask you this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is learning to code?
So in 2021, it has gotten significantly easier because there's like a lot less things that are handled by extremely nuanced and annoying processes. It's just kind of like taken care of for you now, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, now I would say it's probably like a 7 point, anywhere, depending on the person. So it's gonna be anywhere between a 7, it's like an 8.5. Some people might be slightly higher north of that. Some people might be slightly lower than that. Let's just call it even at a 7.5. I think, as someone who used to be a competitive bodybuilder, I think that was harder to do, because like you literally have to fucking suffer, and you literally have to start dying. So, you know, like, people who think that they can't do stuff, they honestly, there's some outliers. Really, anyone can like do almost anything that they set their mind to. You know, if you really wanted to go to space, you can just get yourself rich and pay Elon to bring you up there, right? Look at what Jeff Bezos just did. So
yeah, I always say that, like, in today's day and age, like, even if you're like, you know, fucking 99 IQ, like, effort is the great equalizer.
Yep.
Like, just keep trying. Like I said, like I'm not I'm like super smart in some ways and super dumb in other ways, right? But one thing I notice is, like, with so many resources available to us, free information, free mentorship, like literally information overload, and this fucking right here. Like, there is just endless opportunities available to the average man. All you have to do is actually just give a shit and try. And so, one, if you're like one of those people who's like, I don't want to give a shit, I don't want to try, like, you deserve to be poor. And quite frankly, your slavery is coming. 2, if you're a guy that's like, oh, fuck it, I'll give it a go. Dude, like, learning to code is like the ultimate fuck you to the world. Especially now, we could be like, you know what? Yeah, I want to work remotely, and I want $150,000 a year, and your companies will fail if you don't hire people like me. And if you don't hire me, I'm going to go to your competitor and I'm going to work really hard to destroy you. So,
Right.
what
I'll just work for myself too.
or I'll just work for myself as a freelancer, go live in like, you could go live in Vietnam. You can go live in, and like, you can go live in Vietnam. You can go live in Colombia and like leverage the dollar, get paid in dollars and live like a fucking king, dude. If you make $3,000 to $4,000 a month and you live in Vietnam, Philippines, Colombia, even like fucking shithole Thailand, right? Even Korea, man, because like Korea is pretty modern place, but the won is such a shit currency, and the price of living is so like just insultingly low in Korea. I don't know how they finagled that shit, but like you can live really really good. Like you could take in Korea, dude. You can take like a 20-minute taxi ride, and it's gonna cost you like $15. And it's like you're in first world. You're not like some third world shithole. You're like in
Right.
Korea, like fastest internet in the world, like fucking DT Rush Central, And yeah, man, like it's there's just so many opportunities in today's world, but a lot of people are just scared to A, put in the effort, and B, like leave America. They think like as soon as you leave America, like people are gonna be like, hey, we're here to like fucking kill you because ABC News said terrorism is rampant around the world. And it's just retarded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Andrew's up in Korea right now too.
Who?
Legal Mindset.
He's in Korea now?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did he get in there? They got their borders open?
You have to go, and regardless whether or not you have Fauci juice or passport or not, or like not passport, but you guys know what passport I'm talking about. Yep. It's a mandatory 14-day QUARANTINE. He's on his last day or something like that. So, but yeah, he's like, I think he's gonna kill it. Speaking of, what we were just talking about, this limited strides, I can't help but think I'm fixing to lose my gig because I'm not taking the jab. Anyone that can work from home right now seems like the place to be. I got to make the jump. Yeah, I will never not work from home.
Yeah,
ever again, ever. Yeah. I'm literally never gonna not wake up at the time that I want to wake up at and go to sleep the time I want to go to sleep at.
It's the best feeling in the world. It's the little things, man.
Yeah, your quality of life, guys, is way better like that. And at the same time, you're when you work from home, you're one more step to being self-sufficient and sovereign. And that is what this podcast is mostly about. And you, John, you're about as self-sufficient and sovereign as it gets. It didn't come easy, right? Like you had to do a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. But like, I always say this, no matter what you tell me, it is harder being poor.
Yeah.
It is harder being poor.